Going to be a review for the movie Bullet Train with Brad Pitt, directed by David Leitch. So, five assassins aboard a swiftly moving train, bullet train, find out that their missions have something in common. So, this came out in 2022, and I heard it was really good. And I just watched it, and I gotta say, I liked it. I don't think it's like amazing movie, but I liked it. I like this director. For some reason, he on his IMDb it doesn't say John Wick. I think it was something to do with the DGA, the Directors Guild, but I think he did co-direct on John Wick. But him and Chad Stahelski kind of split, and then he did Atomic Blonde. Thought that was okay. Oh yeah, he did Deadpool 2. Should I say still is the best I've seen from this director, but Bullet Train and The Fall Guy, which I actually really want to see. So yeah, so Brad Pitt is he says he's not an assassin. He says he's like a bag man, like a snatch and grab job kind of thing. So he gets hired. The guy that he was gonna hire calls out sick, which becomes important later in the movie, and madness ensues upon the Japanese bullet train. So I won't go through the whole plot because there's a lot of twists, a lot of turns, a lot of different characters. But I really liked it. I think it's based on a graphic novel or a Japanese comic book. Because one of the writers I think is the writer of that, and you can tell it's got wacky humor, but I think throughout all of it, the best thing about the movie, I'd say, is Brad Pitt. He's good in almost everything. He's such a likable actor, and I'd probably say for the other parts that were really the characters I really liked were Aaron Taylor Johnson as Tangerine, that's his name, and Brian Tyree Henry as Lemon, and they're both English. Oh, okay, he's actually from North Carolina, Brian Tyree Henry. He does an English accent though, but Aaron Taylor Johnson is English, and but he's usually not doing his normal accent, and in this he is, and I don't know. I'm much more impressed with him as an actor when he's just doing his natural accent. I don't know. I think he's much more natural and just better on screen. And apparently there's, I don't know if it's been confirmed, but rumors that he's gonna be the next James Bond. And after seeing this, I think that you could see it. He has charm. He's a good looking guy. He could definitely do the action scenes. So if that's true, well, after seeing this, I'm interested to see if it'll be good. So, but anyways, Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brian Tyree, who I think Brian Tyree was in the remake of Child's Play. Yeah, he was. Okay, so both good actors, and they're playing brothers. Although there's some jokes about that. Brad Pitt's like, I don't think they're brothers, and but in the end, they are actual brothers. One of them is adopted, obviously, but um, they play off that. I thought the scenes with them were really good. They are both assassins in the movie, and basically and I'm just gonna go into spoilers. Just spoilers. But before I do that, could you, if you could, smash that like button? That'd be great. It really helps with the channel. And onto the review. So, uh, you find out that this guy who kind of infiltrated the Japanese mafia and then took over and killed a lot of them, for one reason or another, is putting all these people on a train so that they can be killed. And one of them is Brad Pitt, but he actually wants the guy that calls in sick, not Brad Pitt. But Aaron Taylor Johnson, Tangerine and Lemon, and then some other people too. That he wants them all on the train so that they kill. Some of them are killed by each other, and then in the end, he comes to the train and he's gonna kill them all. And that is Michael Shannon, which I thought was cool. He's kind of doing like a bad Russian accent though. I thought I wasn't that impressed with his accent, but I really like Michael Shannon. He has really cool hair in the movie. I'll give him that. So, and he's bringing all these people on the train, including his estranged daughter, who he doesn't get along with for some reason, and then he kind of has a mess up of a son, who Tangerine and Lemon are there to escort back to him, and they're there to have a briefcase which is full of money and I think some gold, and that's what Brad Pitt's there to steal, which he does right in the beginning, which is kind of, I think, there's some parts of the movie that I felt were a little convenient or weak, like I don't know if you call them plot holes, but like Tangerine and Lemon, they have the briefcase. It's not even that big, and they have the guy, Michael Shannon's son, and they choose to stow the briefcase, you know, and then Brad Pitt's just kind of searching through them, and he finds it, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I'll take this." So I was like, these guys are like, highly trained assassins, or like the best at what they do, but they just kind of stumble, but then they just kind of leave the briefcase out, which isn't even in their sights, because they stow it in with all the luggage, and Brad Pitt just picks it up. So kind of, a convenience. So some things don't make sense, like to open the briefcase. Um, Another character in the movie, he's just he just kind of guesses like the password on the case. It's like numbered passwords, and he just kind of guesses it and opens it, and it's like, what? Like, that would take forever, like, if it's even possible. So total plot hole there. And then some other things, like at the end of the movie, they cause the train to crash, and a bunch of them just miraculously survive a massive train crash into a Japanese city, and they're on a bullet train, so they're going like 200 miles an hour. Some bad CGI there too, but I mean, the movie doesn't take itself too seriously, so kind of forgive some of those things. And I was having a good time with the movie, so overall, I liked it. I like the Tangerine and Lemon thing about Thomas the Train. I thought that was really funny. Brian Tyree Henry says he learned everything he knows about people from Thomas. Like, totally random. And he carries these stickers, like, of Thomas the Train, like that a kid would have. And then it has the different characters like Diesel, Thomas, and I don't know the characters, but there's like 10 or 12 different types of trains. And he's like, okay, you're this kind of a train. You're this kind of train. Like the worst one is like Diesel. Like that's one you do not trust. And I liked all that. I thought that was different and fun. It's a good idea. And Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brian Tyree have some nice back and forth on that. And Brad Pitt's just kind of stumbling his way through with the case, and he's trying to get off the train, and he's about to get off the train, but then another guy comes in that wants to kill Brad Pitt because of something that happened in his past where he had a wedding and they were all poisoned and killed, and he thinks Brad Pitt did it, but it was actually someone else who did it. I thought that was a nice twist. And he's about to get off the train, he's about to be home free. Then he runs into this guy who then just starts attacking him. And then there's a nice little fight scene there. And but then but then Brad Pitt stabs him with his knife, and then the guy ends up falling down and I think breaking his neck. So Channing Tatum is in it for like a few minutes. I thought that was pretty funny. he has a really funny scene where he's sitting there and then Brad Pitt like asks him a question, and then Tatum's like wait, is this like some weird sex stuff? And then Brad Pitt just is like, no. And then I don't know, just a couple of scenes with Channing Tatum, which I'm not a massive fan of him, but I thought that was really funny and random and hilarious. There's a lot of big actors in this. Maybe because Brad Pitt and the director are friends with a lot of these people. Because the director, with the other director of John Wick, were stuntmen, and they've been in Hollywood for like 20, 30 years. They worked on The Matrix, all the Matrix trilogy, probably the new one too, which was terrible, but whatever. Wasn't their fault. And they probably have a lot of friends in Hollywood. I mean, Sandra Bullock's in it at the very end. She's kind of like guiding Brad Pitt through the train with an earpiece. She's just on a phone basically talking to him. Like I said, Michael Shannon, yeah, he plays White Death. Yeah, that's his character's name. The character's name, because he ends up killing or taking over the Japanese mafia. If I'm mispronouncing this, sorry. Hiroyuki Sanda, great actor, plays the elder. Remember him from The Last Samurai, a bunch of other stuff. Zazie Beetz is in it. She was in Joker. She plays another assassin, and she's Domino in Deadpool 2. So nice little connection to Deadpool 2 there. Ryan Reynolds is in it for like one scene. Deadpool himself. So it's nice on really good cast. Some of the people are only in it for like a couple minutes, but the core cast I think does a really good job, and it's well directed. Like I said at the end, there is some bad CGI with the train crashing, but there's even like a rogue very poisonous snake that has been stolen. It was on the news, and it's in there, and then it gets loose and it starts biting people, and Brad Pitt gets bit, but earlier he got the antidote put in him when he's fighting Zazie Beetz, and then Zazie Beetz ends up getting poisoned, and then Brad Pitt gets bit by the snake, but he had the antidote already, so then he runs into the bathroom, and there's a funny scene earlier with a smart toilet, which I thought was pretty funny. And then he ends up throwing the snake into the toilet, shutting the lid, and then like writing on the lid like "Do not open, snake in here" or something. I thought that was funny. So, but yeah, it's a fun movie. It doesn't take itself too seriously, so I would definitely check it out. Bullet Train, it's a good time. It has some problems, but yeah, definitely enjoyed it. So, but that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment below if you enjoyed the movie. If you had some of the problems with some of the twists and turns that I thought didn't make too much sense, but yeah, that's about it. And I'll see you next time.